Hello, beautiful friends. What a treat to be with you all today. Of course, as soon as I start this video, there's an airplane going on overhead. Wow, what a confirmation. You know, I'd started a video before this and I accidentally closed it, and so that was 2 minutes gone. My name is Haley Jones, and I am a clairvoyant, and today I'll be doing a tarot reading for what's going on with the collective and what do we need to know. And how this reading came through was past, present, and future. So as we look at the energies of the past and present, I invite you to see kind of where you're following. Are you a little bit here? Are you a little bit there? Because a lot of times when I do past and present, they kind of bleed into each other a little bit more than the future. Now, of course, like time isn't linear, and we can tap into any of these perspectives at any time that we want. But today we're going to start right where we are. So I'm going to begin in the present. And as we begin with the present, the card that comes out is 9 of Visions. Okay, so this is the Make-A-Wish card. This is wishes coming true. This is a really beautiful energy. And I'm sensing with this... because the journey to the external is the 9 of Wands. So this shows a sense of completion. So we have the 9 of Visions, 9 of Wands, okay? So to me, this really shows this idea that our inner world of wishes and dreams are starting to come to fruition. But not in the way that we're suddenly in the reality that we're in. It's coming, our wishes are in action internally. We're starting to embody the future version of ourselves. And as we do that, we have to close old chapters. We have to, you know, we're at the threshold, but we haven't crossed over it yet because we still have a little tending to the gardens on the other side. How this manifests externally is this Apprentice of Stones, okay? So this would be the Page of Pentacles, okay? So what I'm really getting from this trajectory here, what's being said about the present, is we're in this time of embodying our internal wishes, saying goodbye to the world that didn't contain those wishes and finishing up loose ends there. And then we're really like taking new beginning steps by allowing this into our life, okay? This Apprentice of Stones shows me that's like, it's not the full mastery of the new world, of the wish coming true. It's really starting to see the harvest come into fruition. We're starting to see those little seeds of our wishes and dreams. Now, I think it's important to look back a little bit because, you know, that is what this 9 of Wands is. She hasn't crossed over into the future yet. And as we look back, what we have internally is the Lover's card. So as we work with this Lover's energy, to me this shows that maybe there's been a lot of working through two different choices. Maybe you're torn between 2 different job options or places to move or to split between lovers. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. To me, what I also feel is like there's been a new type of heart energy and activation that has moved through during this time. And that may have what has spurred the new wishes coming into fruition. It was this activation that allowed things to be set in motion, into play. Now, how this kind of moved through, it could have been a little elusive. It could have come through dreams, visions, even walking visions or day realizations or imaginations. To me, that shows that this is like really been in the world of the subconscious. To me, this is also about inner union because we also have the black and white wolves representing the yin and yang. You know, we have the above the water and below the water. So there's a lot of energies as above, so below. So I invite you to have the reflection for yourself. What is the masculine and feminine energies at play? What is being navigated at this time? Now, what's really beautiful is the external energy that showed up in the past was this 3 of Pipes. So born from this process has been that ability to kind of look out forward. What's on the horizon? What community can I connect with? And again, that's what brought us into the present with this trajectory, with the wishes being seeded internally so that they may bloom externally. All right, so where's this taking us in the future? Now, what's really beautiful is the next card, I would say, is just the major arcana of the 9 of visions or of cups, because this is also the Make-A-Wish card. This is the star card. This is the Disney Happily Ever After card. There's a lot of movement in making wishes and being present with your wishes. And I've recently, a lot of the stories that are finding me are about kind of reclaiming your power as it relates to making your own wishes and dreams come true. It is recognizing the themes that come up in your dreams and discerning what from them is the core value of what it is that you want to create. Even if you're watching TV shows or reading books, start to discern what themes are coming through, because those are subconscious indications and universal indications of what it is that you're calling forth. Okay, now there's a really interesting thing going on here. So we had the reversed exemplar of stones, okay? Now this to me, in traditional tarot, would be the King of Pentacles, okay? This is the harvest, this is the thing. It was reversed, so to me it shows that, like, where we're headed in the future, it's not quite ready yet. It's still gestating, you know, she's holding the corn. This also feels like an indication of fall, and the movement that we're going. Now, the thing that gets us there is the Ten of Swords. So there's still this process going on. So when I do a 3 reading like this, you know, there's stories that go in every direction. We have the internal story, which begins with the Lovers. So it begins of like the discernment of what it is that you value, of what you want to hold in your heart, the wish of calling that forward more, and then the continued refinement and expansion. This feels like an individual wish, and this feels like a global wish, okay? So all of that's going on subconsciously. Now the bridge is the action steps that we take out in the world look something like this. We go into the subconscious, we really access those deep parts of ourselves, we cultivate that inner yin and yang and balance. We take a look at the new world that's coming forth to show itself to us, but we also take stock and take care of the old world that we're walking away from, or that we're still cultivating. And as we step over that threshold, not only are we walking away from all that was, we're walking into the horizon of all that can be. Now, moving this forward into the physical world, there's a toss between, there's a similar iconic image going on in these two cards, right? And this is where we're ending in the future, but this is also where we're beginning. So to me, this is like the step, this is the right before she takes the step and start walking. She's in movement here. She's already doing this process. So as we look at the external and how it starts to manifest, you know, we have this 3 of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Exemplar of Stones. Now again, she came reversed. So what I hear with this physical story unfolding is really, it's the cultivation of where do I want to go and how do I want to get there. Those seeds have been planted, you start to reap the harvest, and then the harvest is about to come. It just might come in a slower process than what you might indicated, or it might come in a way different than you have expected. That's how I really feel this King of Pentacles. It feels like an embodiment of the dreams all coming into being. The long-awaited wish, it is the harvest, but it still shows me that there's some sort of delay going on. Now, what's beautiful is I did a final thing of, for each of these categories, what is it that we're working on, okay? And it's quite beautiful what moved forward. So for the past, the thing that we've been working on is acceptance, okay? So sometimes as we're letting go of a new world, we start to grieve what it is that we are letting go. So I know for myself, I sensed that I was going to be moving, and I started to I didn't know where exactly or how it was all going to unfold, but I started to pre-grieve the space that I'm in now. I really love my home, and while I'm not walking away from it forever, I am making a massive change where this will not be my permanent residence anymore. And, you know, so in that, it's like, it's kind of like getting ahead of the process and accepting that We can pre-heal, we can pre-grieve, so that when those next steps present themselves, that we're really available for that. In that same process of acceptance, it's also just like knowing that some things are inevitable. And once we feel that pull, if we're listening to our soul and following that trajectory and that path, we're really deepening into the embodiment of what it is that we're cultivating. So beautifully, next what comes through is the reversed dandelion, the wounded healer. To me, this actually says that the healer isn't wounded anymore. Now, this is also an energy of Chiron, and there's a I'm not super great with astrology, but I am aware that there's a lot of movement with Chiron collectively right now. I highly recommend Rising Vibrations. That's the astrologer I work with pretty personally, and Simon and Jen, and they do some really good work, and they're doing a lot of work around talking about what's happening with Chiron right now. I also have been extraordinarily drawn to, I actually just planted a dandelion garden, and I'm calling it a wish garden. I'm watering dandelion seeds every day. Now, some people could just call it a weed garden, but I view it as every one of those seeds contains a dream that's now being planted, and from that dream, more dreams emerge. And what a beautiful thing, right? I also saw that the dandelion represents all phases of the celestial sky. So you have the sun, you have the moon, and then you have the stars in the seeds individually. So it's quite beautiful. It's a plant that's been deeply inspiring me in ways that I don't even quite know how to articulate, to be honest. I'm thinking about getting a tattoo of a seed. That's how deeply I've been feeling it. So reverse, to me, this actually, and it ties in with our Make-A-Wish, right? Our wish cards, okay? So to me, that what this is really being is being conscious of where your wounds in love are still holding you back. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of this channel and reading, I'm reading on the collective masculine and feminine. But if we're in a process where all of this is happening at once, and we have embodied our internal masculine and feminine, what it is that we're calling forward is our wishes come into being. I just watched the movie, I think it's called Wish. I'm just rereading the original tale of Beauty and the Beast, which is a lot about dreams coming to fruition, and, understanding that there's more than meets the eye. So as we really deepen into this process of wishing, and cultivating our wishes, there is a process of weeding out that which does not serve you. I mean, that's the medicine of these cards. What am I leaving behind, and what am I stepping forward? How am I becoming embodied with my own spine? How am I standing up stronger, taller, to create this sense of embodiment? This feels extraordinarily powerful to me, and because it is in the present, I would say it's the dominant energy that I would invite you all to connect with. I've been very called to connect with I literally have all of these dandelions in my house. I planted a garden of them. This is strong medicine right now to be working with. I've been drinking dandelion tea, all of the above. Now, where is the overall of this headed? The indication of these wishes is rose, love, okay? So I really do feel that there's a fly flying up my nose right now. I feel that there's really this deep indication and this embodiment of love that is coming through us. It's almost as if we have all reached our own inner harmony to such a beautiful way that the only path forward is cultivating the external desire of that external partner. And I don't say that just because it's my own wish. I want to rise us all up to knowing that our dreams are coming into being. The things that you have prayed and longed for are coming into being. Now, of course, a lot of times those don't come in the way that we have written or scripted them to. They don't come in a linear fashion. They do come through in dreams first, sometimes, and the threads don't always make sense. But the more that we can delight and enjoy in the process of being together and being with ourselves, the more that we're allowing these energies of love to go through. Now, where I began this reading and where I end this reading have a similar, it's still lovers holding hands, right? So that which you cultivate within is being called to bloom externally in front of you. And this is the energy of the rose, okay? So as we sit with the energy of the rose, dandelion, valerian, and I'm really feeling these, and maybe you're in this part of this process, but I want you to see these three together. You know, this is an incredible journey of embodiment, right? This is, you know, really getting above the process, in the process, allowing it to, this almost feels like a bit of a tower energy to me. You know, those lightning strikes of inspiration, and allowing those to activate the system and the body as a whole, allowing them to inspire your path. Then we move forward with this dandelion, the wish, the weed, the like weeding the wishes almost is also another part of this process, because it does speak to more of this harvest that's wanting to be spoken. All right, and then we get to this love energy and this love and this king of pentacles. Sorry, I was getting a message simultaneously. What I really saw too, allow yourself to be delighted and surprised by the masculine. I think that we have harbored a lot of wounding and pain from past journeys, but allow yourself to be delighted and surprised by the inspiration that they are starting to cultivate within themselves and how they will move forward. Now, again, this process likely isn't going to move as fast as any of us want it to, but we should embody this inner knowing that we are the love that we seek, and we are calling it forward because there's no other way for it to be. It's time for it to land in our bodies, in our nervous systems, deeply in our consciousness. This is the time for sacred union. This is the time for love to grow and bloom, and let's allow it to come to fruition. We are worthy of our wishes coming true. We have planted intentional seeds of creation, and now is the time to embody the love that you feel in your heart. It is to walk every step knowing that when you walk with that love and intention, you bless the world, you bless yourself, you bless everyone around you, you bless your union. So thank you for your acts of service. Really keep weeding through the thoughts that aren't serving you. You know, this happens both on a metaphysical level as much as it does happen on a physical level. And I know for me, it's really about being conscious. I've also noticed collective themes right now of organizing, of sorting through things, getting rid of stuff. This is a part of that process. So whatever that looks like to you, please do it. Please reach out if you need additional support. I am here, and I love to do personal readings. I love to be present with this process because beautiful things are happening. We are starting to embody the new world, and we are divine humans after all. Well, I wish you many blessings on your journey today, and I look forward to when we can connect again soon. Aho.